Good morning and welcome to the Sky Spirit channel. This is your reading for the 24th of February, Monday. Again, I'm going to shake up the reading a little bit, the format today, because two people have said to me that they always choose card number 1 or 2, so they don't have to listen to the rest of the reading. I don't blame you. I would probably do the same. Patience is not a virtue that I possess. So we're going to do things a little bit differently. So I'd like you to still choose a number between 1 and 12, but I'm going to read them randomly. Let's just lay these out first. 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so number 7. If you chose number 7, you have the Hermit today. So today you're going to be feeling a little bit like you're feeling like you want to be alone a bit. You're not feeling too sociable. You could have a period of self-reflection going on and thinking more along the lines of, what you want out of life and what's important to you rather than having to think about other people first, because I sense that's something that you've been doing quite a lot of recently, i.e. thinking of other people first and neglecting a little bit of self-care. So when this card shows up, it's very often an indicator that you should really think about what it is that you want to do and spending some of that quality time alone that really rejuvenates the soul and recharges the batteries. All right, number 12. Number 12, the Hanged Man. Now, this card indicates the need to not jump into action immediately. So if you've got like a decision that needs to be made, or you've got choices, things to decide about, then you do well to just go steady today and just weigh up your options. Don't jump into anything today. Just hang back a little bit and see how things develop, okay? Because today is not the day to be jumping in, making important decisions. It's more a case of sit back and go with the flow and see what happens. Now, that could be at work, in your personal life, could be anywhere, but just be aware that there's that kind of energy hanging around energy today, and that's how you would be best advised to spend the day. Number 11. Number 11, you have the Ace of Swords. Now, the Ace of Swords is really about mental clarity and winning the battle and having the intellect to see a project through. So it's like you're being handed a trophy of achievement today, number 11. And this is saying that if you've been involved in a dispute, if you've been having an argument, something like that, then today you are the winner. Okay, so that's resolved. But it's also about saying that you've really made progress, even sort of progress in yourself, if you see what I mean. So what you've been going through recently hasn't just been a battle where you've won it and it's irrelevant and you've moved on. It really has taught you something about yourself, number 11. I think basically the idea with that for the advice for today as well is to almost like sit back on your laurels and enjoy the feeling that you have of the victory today, of getting things right. So well done, number 11. Number 3. Number 3, you have the King of Wands. Now, the King of Wands is showing somebody in a position of leadership, somebody with vision and inspiration. And I think this is somebody that you're going to actually come across today. So look out for an older man, I'd say over 40, so sort of 40 plus, somebody perhaps who's, if they're not actually 40, somebody with a more mature attitude, so somebody with a good head on their shoulders, who could be about to offer you some advice today. Now, they're also potentially a fire sign, so they would be an Aries, a Leo perhaps, a Sagittarius. So it's somebody who is very honest, very conscientious. They have your best interests at heart. So you'd be well advised today, number 3, to listen to their advice because they've got some words of wisdom for you. Okay, number 10. Number 10, you have the Ace of Wands. Now, this is all about new ideas and creativity. So, if you've got a new project on the back burner, or if you've been thinking about starting something new, this is a fantastic day to do that because you have the energy of new beginnings and success shining down upon you. So, really look and think, is there an area where I thought, yeah, I really want to get on with that and do that? And then it's sort of been put on the back burner and you've almost like forgotten about it a little bit. Well, today is your day for kickstarting that. And if you haven't already laid the sort of foundations of it, move at least to that period. Get out a pen and paper, jot down your to-do list or the goals that you want to achieve with this project. Now, it could be something creative, like I don't know, a new crafting project. It could be a new business, could be a new community project, could be something like a physical sport that you've decided to take up, or joining a club, something like that. But it's certainly a new project, a new beginning energy that's around you. And this is urging you, number 10, to take the bull by the horns today and really get to grips and initiate this new part of your life. Okay, number 1. Number 1, you have the Page of Wands. Now, the Page of Wands pages are very often about messages. So first of all, I would say look out for some really good news arriving. And it's potentially about a new opportunity or a new venture. So, I mean, very often you see this card come up when somebody gets a favourable letter when they've had a job interview and they get a letter telling them that they've got the job or there's another opportunity that's of interest. So it's very much a positive sign and it's very much about good news. Okay, so look out for that good news, number 1, and let me know in the comments if you get a really good letter today. Number two, you have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Now, the Wheel of Fortune is a card it's about luck, really, and it's about sort of taking a spin on the Wheel of Fortune, the Wheel of Luck. And when it's reversed, it's almost like saying you've been held back. You feel like you've got a bit of bad luck going on, okay? And you feel like nothing is potentially going your way at the moment. But it's basically, this card is telling you to go against the flow, okay? Put that thought that you're having a run of bad luck aside, okay? Because the one thing with the Wheel of Fortune is that it goes round and round and round. So what was at the bottom becomes at the top, and so on and so forth. So what you mustn't do, get disheartened and jump off, okay? Just stick with it. Go against the flow. Don't think, oh my goodness, I've had a run of bad luck. Just think, wow, my luck's about to change, okay? Because this card tells me that it is. All right, so stick with it, number 2. Don't be despondent about that luck because things are about to change for you. Okay, number 4. Number 4, you have the Chariot. Now, this can often mean driving forward through something, but it can also mean travel and impending news about travel. And I'm seeing this, number 4, today as you receiving news about some travel plans that you have, or you're making plans to travel somewhere. It could be visiting a friend, it could be thinking about a holiday, it could just be arranging a trip with somebody or to meet up with somebody, but there's definitely travel on the cards for you today. So perhaps it's something to do with plans that you have for the future. If you've been thinking about planning a trip away, then today would be a really good day to sort of consolidate those plans and to put them into action. Start to look at where you want to go, what you want to do. This card is really reminding you that it's never a good thing to sort of stagnate and to stay somewhere. So it's easy to stay somewhere where we feel comfortable, but life is about progress, and it's always better for the soul if we keep pushing through and keep the wheels turning, so to speak. So even if travel isn't literally sort of in your life at the moment, then it could just be that we're talking about not travel physical, but travel sort of on a spiritual, um, on a spiritual, gosh, I'm tired for words here, um, sort of a spiritual motion. So almost like, is there somewhere else that you want to be? Is there somewhere spiritually, emotionally even, that you'd like to travel to? So think about how your moods are, your emotions. If you feel stuck in a rut, today is the day to push forward, to use this, the energy of this card, which is about movement, to move forward, to travel either physically or even mentally or spiritually. Okay, so number 8. Number 8, you have the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant very often is about the energy of community and sort of organizations such as community organizations or the church or schools or anything where there's sort of um, orders in place and rules and things like that. So today it could be that you're going to be invited to be part of a community project, or perhaps to join a group of people, or to take part in something that's organized. Okay, so look out for that. The energy of this card is really saying to you that you will thrive in this environment. So it's a really good move for you. So if somebody comes and says to you, would you like to be involved in X? Today, you're going to say absolutely, because it's a really good energy for you to do that today, and it's going to move you forward. Okay, so that's for you. Number 9. Number 9, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Now, the Knight of Pentacles, knights are very often about progress and movement and speed. And this card is about the stability in that progress. So it's really coming up to tell you that even though you don't think you're making progress with one particular project, now because it's Pentacles, it's quite likely to be like work or finances, or definitely not to do with emotions as much. This is sort of resources and energy and work life. So it's sort of indicating that you might feel that you haven't made much progress in a certain matter, but you actually have. That progress has been slow and steady in the background. It's been stable, but you need to keep pushing forward. Okay, don't start to feel that you're tired of doing it, it's not going as quickly as you want it to, because it's really easy to do that. It's really easy to think this isn't going as fast as I want, or I'm not getting the results that I need, I'm just going to give up with this. This card is telling you to persevere, because the progress is happening. It's just going at that steady pace. Number 6. Number 6, you have the Seven of Cups reversed. Seven of Cups reversed indicates that you're feeling like your hands are tied a little bit, and you don't have a choice. It's like this card this way up often means that there's lots of choices. When it's this way up, it's sort of saying that you feel like you have no choice. You feel like there are few options open to you. However, when you're looking at tarot, it's almost like the reversal of the card is giving you the potential of the upright card meaning. So while you think that there are a few options open to you, what this card is really telling you is that you do have options. They're just not the ones that you expected, and you sort of need to turn things around and revisit what you think your options might be, because there's something that you've missed. Okay, it's not that you have no options, it's that they're different to the ones that you might have imagined. So there is a way forward for you, there are choices for you, it's just not the choices that you imagined. So I want you to turn that on its head today and have a look at things from a new perspective and see what you come up with. And finally, number 5, you have the King of Cups. Now, the King of Cups is very often, it means somebody who's very paternal, not necessarily your dad or a father figure, but generally an older man, somebody who's mature in either years or attitude, and somebody who's very caring. They're very compassionate. They have your best interests at heart. This is very often a water sign, so could be a Pisces or Cancer. And they've got some good advice for you, but it comes from a place of love as well. So they really are looking after your best interests. Now, I feel with this card that perhaps there's somebody that you haven't been listening to. Now, when I say that this is generally a man, a paternal energy, it doesn't necessarily have to be. It could be the masculine sort of aspect of a woman's personality. So look out for that, either a man or the male aspect of a female personality, which is really caring and looking after you and has that paternal energy. Okay, you do well today to listen to their advice, because they're offering you some assistance. They're almost like handing you a gift, and it's really going to help you in the future to take that advice or take the thing that they offer you, because it's being sort of, I see you being handed something on a plate today. So look out for that, number 5. Right, so that's your reading for Monday, the 24th of February. I hope you've enjoyed it. Have a fabulous day, whatever else you have planned, and see you tomorrow. Stay weird.